Jennifer, those are just a handful of our bureau chiefs in the city of Houston, Texas. Mufasa.
Mufasa.
There was, I can kind of identify with these people because I've told the story about when I lived in Ohio City for many years. And we had a car that was parked around the corner. And it started to catch the attention of the people that lived on that particular street because they thought that the car was leaking coolant or fluid or something. And it was leaking person. And they found a person dead in the back seat. And it had been there unattended for so long. Not even as much as a nosy neighbor walked up and looked, or they would have found someone in the back seat putrefying through the back seat of the car. And cops in Houston found the remains of a guy handcuffed to the driver, to the steering wheel of a pickup truck. No, so you got to think, people, it might be a combination of people going, well, I don't want to get involved, or they just walk by so frequently that they don't really notice until maybe it's been there for a couple of weeks. I mean, if you're paying attention to what's going on in your neighborhood, and I know a lot of people don't, they got lives to lead, but if you are, how long do you give a car that you don't recognize before you say something? Do you think, well, maybe my neighbors have family in town and I haven't really noticed it? People in this neighborhood said, that truck's been there for days, for a long time. And what, it's 90-something degrees in Houston? They're already talking about the Texas electrical grid failing again because it's hot. And people thought, well, I thought maybe that truck broke down. But nobody walked up to look. So if you were to see a truck sitting there for a number of days, you think you might go up and look.
You'd think someone would go and check it to see if there was any gas in it at least.
Siphon out the gas. Come on, man. Think proactively. Well, somebody called the cops and they went up to the vehicle and they said, boy, did it smell inside. They detected a strong odor. And they saw again, just based on what they saw in this truck, I can't believe nobody walked by. And again, I don't know the nature of the neighborhood. It might be a lightly populated neighborhood. I don't know. But the cops opened the door on the driver's seat side. They saw a guy wrapped in a comforter with multiple stab wounds to the neck, and he'd been there for a while. One of the neighbors said, that's too close to comfort for me.
I get it.
I don't know if that's the phrase, but maybe he was, because the guy had a comforter on. Yes. I understand. Mm-hmm. All this, and then you figure they make a discovery like that, and then the neighbors start to get super vigilant. But everybody's got cameras on their doorbells now. We are in an actively surveilled society now. And so now the neighbors are like, this stuff like this really makes you aware. Does it? Because that pickup truck was sitting there unattended for days. And the dude was stabbed in the neck, fully dead, and handcuffed to the steering wheel. But that's H-Town for you, boy.
I was going to say,
that's H-Town.
If you're in Houston, wouldn't seeing somebody, like even a figure wrapped in a blanket, that wouldn't be off-putting? I've never seen anyone driving a car.
Nobody got close enough. Clearly, nobody got close enough to the pickup truck to go, hey, something weird's going on over there. Alan Bill might remember when Billy Joel's limo was in a fender bender in Cleveland, causing a delay in traffic. And then his limo had to sit on the side of the road, and people bitched him out for making them late to the Billy Joel concert, not knowing that it was him inside.
Like, go ahead. You're not going to see anybody.
Yeah, I don't remember that, but that's funny. It's hilarious.
There's some comedian that has an anecdote about being, I don't know who it is, but the first time that maybe Bill Burr, the first time that he was in traffic and he realized it was traffic for his show, that was like when he knew he had made it. When like the traffic going to the venue for his show was creating traffic jams.
That's cool. That's a cool moment.
Mm-hmm. Is it?
Yeah. You don't think?
Well, you're in the same traffic they're in.
So what?
Yeah, but you're still like, wow, this is all for me. Like that moment where a city's shut down because they're all trying to get there to see you. That's pretty crazy.
You ever had that happen?
Not traffic, no. But like the first time I walked in to a venue and there was like a line out the door where I was like, damn, that's crazy. That's really cool.
Like, who's the opener on this bitch?
Right. Who are they here for? Oh, me?
What?
That's a Cody.
Local. Me? Alan, we had a truck sitting out in front of our house for weeks, and turned out to be the FBI busting the neighbor across the street for meth. Yeah, what do? You go and knock on the window, and they go, get out of here. This is Operation Meth Around and Find Out. Get away from my truck. Don't you see it says FBI on the side? I'm a female body inspector. That's something to consider. Congratulations to our bureau chiefs in Orlando, by the way. Orlando has been named America's sweatiest city.
Oh, gross.
Because if you've ever been to Orlando, that absolutely tracks.
Bro, I hate humidity.
It's all concrete. It's like you're in a dome. You're nowhere near the ocean.
Humidity's
It's so
worst.
nasty. So nasty.
Well, Cleveland is number 122.
Feels thick.
Sweatiest cities in the country. We couldn't even break the top 100.
Yeah, it's because we got a big winter.
Yeah.
Big winter energy.
Our summers are pretty sweaty, but our winter. But even this summer, there's been hot days, but it hasn't been that real humid hot days.
You got those cool lake breezes, baby. Come on.
It's nice. It's nice to have those.
Dude, I lived in Rocky River for 4 years, and then moving to Berea, which I know is not a far move, but just being right next to the lake, it is usually at least
different.
5 to 10 degrees different. Like when on Saturday, I took my boyfriend's daughter, we went and got our nails done, and then played at Rocky River Park because they have a playground there and stuff. And we left the house, and it was 79 degrees. So she's in a little tank top and shorts, and she's playing. And we got to Rocky River, it was 72, and she was like, I'm cold, real breezy. I was like, my bad, I forgot to check the weather because we were going a city over, you know?
Yeah.
When
But it does make a difference.
It makes a huge difference, especially if you're right on the lake.
That's where we were.
High rise. Swirling, beautiful winds.
Squifle Tower is what he's describing.
Yeah.
Do they have any equivalent of Squifle Tower in Berea, Ohio?
I mean, unless we want
Do they have any lakefront properties?
No, there's Coe Lake.
Coe lakefront properties. That's
There's
what I'm
some
talking
houses
about.
around Coe and Wallace Lakes.
They don't have 10-story condo
No.
high-rises on Coe Lake?
They do not.
They got that sweet fountain in the middle.
Not that I know of.
That's not prime property over there?
It's not
Along Coe Lake?
Not for apartments.
I don't know.
There are homes.
They're putting apartments everywhere else that I can't believe. They think people are going to fill them up, but they fill them up.
There are homes.
Hey, what are you guys doing here? Apartments. What? Right here? On this corner?
Right here, right now.
Right here? Holy cow. So congratulations to Orlando. And also congratulations to the city of Chicago, Illinois, which is the only American city in the top 20 on the new list of best livable cities in the world. Only American city in the top 20 is Chicago. Wow. Number 2. Edinburgh is the number 1 spot. My wife has friends in Edinburgh, Scotland, and she's been there a couple of times. I've never been.
My buddies are headed there for Fringe Fest in a
Are they
couple
really?
weeks. Yeah, they're in the sketch competition. They're doing sketch stuff there, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's a walk-in city. I'd like to go. I've never gone.
What's that sound like?
What? What?
A walk-in city?
Yeah. Oh. Hey.
Oh, God.
What?
Keep going.
Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters.
Star of Pool Hall Junkies
Hey,
and
there
nothing
it is.
else. And it's the movie he's best known for, Christopher Walken in Pool Hall Junkies. 90 degrees in Cleveland today, our 10th 90-degree day of 2022. We had 7 of them all last year.
Okay, maybe
This year, much warmer. According to Jason Nicholas, who, of course, one of the big weather poobahs over at
I feel like there definitely have been those days. I feel like they haven't been as stagnant, though. Like, it hasn't been that humidity. It's hot, but it's not as humid hot. Like, there was that one week where it was real humid, where we had, back-to-back-to-back 90-degree weather. But, today it's hot, but I don't feel like it's... it got to 90 today, but it didn't get...
91 is what my screen says right now.
It didn't get to, that real humid, sticky hot.
Keeping it in Florida, I love this. Is my new favorite person. There's big hide your kids, hide your wife vibes on this guy. After there was a, let me find this here. A guy. Oh, did they take the video down? That's my fault. I should have grabbed it before they took it down. Dude that they talked to after somebody crashed into an apartment building.
Where was it at?
Jacksonville, Florida. This guy comes out and gives a first-person account of what happened. And this guy was looking for his 15 minutes, boy. It was fantastic. And now I can't find the video, but it's great. North side of Jacksonville. The guy's like, there's a lot of domestic violence around here, and but somebody took it down. Oh, that sucks. Well, anywho, that's my fault. I should have grabbed the audio earlier. It's been
You blew it.
I did. It's been removed.
That's annoying.
Yep.
Why wouldn't it be on YouTube by the news?
It was.
You blew it. They took it down.
I was rushed today, and my standard protocol is you grab stuff because it might get taken down later, but at least I'll have it. I didn't do that. I was running around and I screwed up.
You don't even care about the show.
I don't. Not today. I mean, I do, but I was running around.
Running around doing what?
Oh, putting the show together.
So you missed show prep by putting the show together.
Yes, because I have multiple things going at once, and this one slipped through my crack.
There it is. There it is.
Al and I work outside. Bill has no idea what he's talking about when it comes to the weather. Yeah, but we work inside, so you have to at least take it with a grain of salt.
I was just saying, for the times that I'm outside, it hasn't been as humid.
There you go. But you're up in those sweet, sweet ninth floor breezes, too, right?
It helps.
The air gets considerably, as we all know from physics, as air rises, it gets cooler.
Oh.
And so it's considerably chilly up there. That's why there's snow on mountaintops, Mary.
Yeah, I know.
Because when air rises, it gets colder.
Thinner.
Thinner.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, if you're working outside, by the way.
Are you working on the lake? Because that's where I'm outside on the lake.
Are you shoveling hot coals for a living? Because
Or
that's
are you
absolutely going to change your
not on the lake
perspective of the heat index.
Stop trying to compare your experience to my experience.
Oh, God.
I'm outside by the lake.
He's
Getting
got a
those
pool.
Lake winds.
This guy has a
man.
pool. Everybody gives me a hard time because I live in Bay Village. This guy lives on the lake with a pool on the lake.
Did a little Sunday fun day yesterday with
This guy's living the
OK
life.
Pants and my buddy LT and then Tommy, who is on my podcast. And if you've ever seen Tommy before, she is
Hot.
very hot. And there was this, like, I know all the people that are down there, and there's this kid. He's probably 8 or 9 years old, and he was playing in the other side of the pool. And then Tommy gets there, and then he's all of a sudden he's like jumping into the deep end.
Yeah,
and,
he's like showing off.
At 9?
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
That seems just this side of boobies not being on your radar.
Those boobies are.
You can't.
You can't not have those boobies
Well,
on your radar.
I'm just saying, I mean, at 9, I don't remember boobs being on my radar. 10, 11, I feel like we're more...
I remember seeing like a bra strap when I was in like 4th grade of like one of the moms that would help at lunch and be like, "This is a good day."
I don't know what that is, but I like
I know
it.
exactly what it was.
Did,
boobs have always been on my radar.
I think I was a little, I was probably a little jaded because I breastfed till I was 7.
That'll do it?
Yeah.
You had just gotten off the nip, so you're like, no more for me, thank you.
Same
I
person?
was getting weaned.
Or did she have a milk maid? A wet nurse.
A wet nurse. Did you have a milkmaid, Alan? I did. And, cliffhanger. You're leaving out the best part. Did he impress her with his jumping in the deep end activities?
He sure did.
With his
They're
shenanigans.
going out next week.
All right. Oh, they are. Oh, I'll tell you what.
it was
it's like
just
those
funny.
80s My Tutor movies.
It was funny because that happens, and then there's another like family that comes down, and I was like, watch his dad sneaking peeks at Tommy, and she's like, "Oh, I already caught him twice."
Were these guys, once they jumped in the pool, were they reticent to get out for fear that their pitched tents would be visible to everyone in your party?
I don't think the 9-year-old had to worry about that, and I wasn't.
What about the dad?
I wasn't checking out the dad's crotch.
You weren't?
No.
You weren't like, hey, look at that guy's boner.
No, because I was also just looking at Tommy.
Well, that's creepy. She's your friend.
Yeah, but
He doesn't care.
She doesn't care. We're also just talking like
Hot is
all of
hot.
us. Hot is hot, exactly. And she knows she's hot.
Alan, who has seen more nipples between the three of you? My bet is Mary. Well, she has them. I mean, we have them.
I mean, we all have nipples.
Does he mean female nipples?
I don't know. I'm reading you what they said.
I probably have because I've been in women's locker rooms. So I'm
Yeah.
seeing more at a time.
Right. Bill and I obviously have both been in a lot of women's locker rooms, not to their knowledge.
Little porkies
The
over
old
there.
Porky's action. I don't know. I lived in the Philippines, and they breastfeed there with no regard for hiding their nipples.
Yeah.
So, like, there was a lot of nipples that I saw in the Philippines.
Well, okay. So
And then
you
just,
saw Filipino nipples. I mean, that counts.
Are we talking in person?
I'm just
Yes.
reading what they wrote. Who
On
has
the
seen more
internet.
nipples? Huh?
Internet nipples don't count.
But do magazine.
Don't tell those people on the internet that.
They
You're
don't
gonna
count towards your number.
You're going to give them a complex.
Do you count every time that you've tossed off the porn as for your number of partners?
Yes.
No, you do not. How many people do you have? 9,000.
I've been with 60,000 people.
That's why his number is so high. He's let so many unborn babies go off into the void.
It's the Alan Cox Show.
Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.
Or whatever